So welcome back. In the previous videos, we discussed about branching instructions such as if conditions. We talked about if else, then we talked about nested if, then we talked about nested if else, then we talked about if elif, and then we talked about nested if elif, all of that. As a part of the last discussion, we solved a problem using nested if elif. And let's just revisit that problem one more time. And that problem had an inefficiency where, remember, if that problem, we had to collect the data for 5 people, the country data, and then the profession data. And we wrote this code for 1 person, and then we copy pasted that for remaining 4 people. That's actually a bad way to do it, because what if there are 100 people? Are you going to copy paste 100 times? No, it's a bad way. And the best way to do it is using the loops. So there are 2 types of loops. One is the for loop, and the other one is while loop. So what we're going to do, we're going to visit that program again and then try to solve it using the loop. So let's take a look at that program that we worked in the previous videos. So this is the problem. So this is the problem, right? And we collected the data for 1 person, and then we process that data. Then we collect the data for the 2nd person. We process that data using the if condition. This is the outer if condition took care of the countries, and the inner if condition took care of the profession. This elif checks for UK, and once you find out that somebody is from UK, then you check if they belong to different profession, and then you put them in a different buckets. And then we copy pasted third time for 3rd person, and then we copy pasted for the 4th person, and we copy pasted for the 5th person here. So it's a bad way to do it. It's an inefficient way to do it, because as I said, if you have 100 people, then you cannot do copy pasting 100 times. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut all of these off except leaving the one. Except leaving the first one, I want to cut, delete everything. Now I have only one person. And I'm going to change this to person, a person. And then I'm going to put a breakpoint there. And I want to do, here's what I want to do. I want to bring this loop that I have placed. So now I will show you something called a for loop. I'm going to solve this problem using a for loop. So I'm going to have a separate video discuss about in detail what is a for loop, how it works, all of that. But now I will show you that how we can improve the efficiency of this program by using the for loop. So here for the for loop, all of this is going to be the body of the for loop. So I'm going to highlight all of that and hit a tab key. Boom, everything got moved by 1 tab. So now all of this code now becomes the body, not the one that you highlighted here, not this up until this point. All of this is the body of the for loop up to this, the one that you see here. Not this, these are outside the for loop. So this won't be repeated. Only thing that you see highlighted here is going to be repeated how many times? 5 times. If you want this to be repeated 5 times, you put the value 1 to 6. So 6 is not included. It repeats totally 5 times. So now let's quickly run through this code. So I'm going to put a breakpoint there, put a breakpoint here, UK, India, Canada, all of that. Run it here. Now I'm going to hit resume, USA, doctor. It now is checking the first condition. Does it match? Yes. Does it match the doctor? Yes. Now see what happens. It's going to skip the rest and then come right back to the top of the loop, right? Watch. Boom. Now it's going to repeat the 2nd time. The 2nd person, let's say Canada, lawyer. Does that match? No. Does it match with the UK? No. Does it match with India? Does the country match with India? No. Does it match with Canada? Yes. Increments a Canada count by 1. The profession, it doesn't match with the first if elif. Does match with the 2nd if elif? Yes. That increments Canada lawyers count by 1, then comes right back to the top of the loop. And if you hover over the count, it even tells you what is the count value. So now 3rd person, country of the third person, let's say India, and programmer. Doesn't match with UK, yes, it will match with India. Now you see India counts, profession doesn't match with the doctor. There you go. Now it's going to jump right back to the top of the loop. There you go. So country of a person, let's say USA again, lawyer. Okay. The next one is, let's say Canada, and doctor. Count value is 5. Does it match with Canada? Yes. Okay, the country is not, because I misspelled Canada. So that's why it went into the else. That's fine. Now it comes back to the top of the loop, and then you see count now increments by 1. So now the count became, let's see here, count is still 5. So because you said in the range of 1 to 6, not including 6. So once it finished 5 times, it came out of the loop. Remember, it stayed in the loop. It went around the loop 5 times, and then it came out of the loop, and then it displayed these things here. So the information that it's displaying. So this is a demonstration of why we need loop. As I showed you in this code, instead of copy pasting it 5 times, I wrote the code to collect the data for one person and process that data for one person. And then I told the computer, just go ahead and repeat that 5 times. And that's what it did. And if I want it to repeat 1,000 times, then I say 1 to 1,001. It automatically repeats 4,000 times. So in the next video, we will talk in detail what is this for loop, how it works, what is that variable, and what is this range, and what is the syntax of this, all of that. That's in the next video. Thank you.